What are the milestones that have been achieved and the ones which proved to be a huge challenge?
Actually, there are various stages in which we trying to complete. You said that your last visit was October
2022.
2022. That was the time when we were still working on the raft and plinth area. So that area, so the one milestone, and very rightly you said, the foundation, which is about 12 meters in depth, and then you have raft, which is 2 meters in height, and then the plinth of granite, which is again about 2.5 meters in height. That is the milestone 1, which basically means the foundation is getting completed. Once the foundation is complete, then starts the second challenge, and that is how you put the stone now. Because the stone is the actual weight on this foundation, and that has to be done after great deal of not just care, but after great deal of scientific examination on what is the load factor which can come on this. And that load factor was all estimated through simulation exercises by IIT Chennai and also by Central Building Research Institute, Roorkee. And what they did, they worked for a simulation of earthquake also. So all kinds of calamities which can challenge the stability of the structure. And once that was done there in the lab, they came to the conclusion that what are the parameters necessary for the stone to be put up, what strength should be provided at the arms of the stone in order to withstand the pressure and also to make it more resilient, that if there is any kind of tremor, shake, then they are able to withstand it. So that was the second milestone, and we started. When we completed that stonework, when I am describing it is looking simple, but the putting the stones, cladding of the stone, making the roof of the stone, all of it, that required lot of skill, and that was supervised by Central Building Research Institute very minutely. Even what space is allowed between two stones is fixed, 0.5 mm is the maximum that can be fixed. Beyond that is not allowed. So that is what was done here, and we passed that test. To answer your question, the second milestone was that, and once that got completed, then we had the third work was the pillars, iconography on pillars. Now here in the scheme of things, for the total temple, roughly about 350 pillars are there. Of that, 170 pillars are on the ground floor. These pillars, each pillar has got 25 to 30 figures, and these figures are also, in some manner predetermined. It is as per the Nagar Shaili temples and Awadh temple. For example, in the pillar, if you show Devangana, so what are the different moods of Devangana, that will have to be shown on the pillar. So iconography of, you can imagine, 170 pillars, each pillar with 25 to 30 figures, that has to be done. So that milestone we are at the moment engaged. So on one hand, we are doing that. There is another thing that we have got to do, and we have to complete it. What you see, the brickwork here, that's lower plinth. This is the lower plinth. In this lower plinth, all through the temple area, around the temple, the total distance is roughly about 750 running feet. Now on this 750 running feet, we are going to narrate Ram Katha, the story of Ram.
Ram Ratan Dhan, Ram Ratan Dhan.
And that narration, about 100 murals depicting the life of Ram, starting from the time when Raja Dashrath was being blessed that he will have sons, and this will be the kind of description. From there, the time when the Ram was requested that we would like to take him to fight the demons, or later when he had to go for 14 years of Banvas, and then finally taking round all the events, finally coming here and celebrate the return to Ayodhya and his becoming king. All that will be shown.
Ram Ratan Dhan Payo, Payo Ji Maine.
Why did we think of it? That's important. Often a challenge is posed to us, and in fact we have this young man who, people of his age often ask the question, who was Rama? How do you say that he was born here in this building? What is this Ayodhya? Who was Dashrath? So in order to make them believe that we have a genuine civilization, we have a very genuine history of 5,000 years back when Ram was born, we decided that the one way is to show the salient features of Ram, and that is why this Ram Katha was thought of. So the lower plinth will have the Ram Katha. This is another milestone. We have started working. This milestone may not be achieved by December 31,
I was going to ask.
but it will get completed before December 2024. To be exact, June 2024, we will have the entire mural. The work is going on. The work involves first the artwork, which is being done by a very famous artist, Vasudeva Kamath. What was he given? He was given a shlok from Valmiki Ramayana. That's all. Now on that shlok, he has to imagine how the event is to be depicted. So he then makes the art. That art is then given to the sculptor. He first does the clay work of that art. Then he makes, once the clay work is approved by Vasudeva Kamath, then the fiber work is done, and finally the carving on the stone, which is the final stone, Bansi Paharpur stone, on which the Ram Katha will come.
ಇದು ಏಷ್ಯಾನೆಟ್ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಪ್ರಸ್ತುತಿ.
ನೀವು ನೋಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಏಷ್ಯಾನೆಟ್ ಸುವರ್ಣ ನ್ಯೂಸ್.